What is up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you need to know about Monster Hunter World. At number 1, I definitely wanted to put this at number 1, is how do you know where you should go in Monster Hunter World? Because Monster Hunter World is a big, extensive land that you have to cover, and sometimes it could be a little bit overwhelming. Like, you don't know where to go. Like, should I go here? Should I go there? Or you're in a group and you lost track of where this group is at because you were busy trying to kill this one monster. Knowing how to move around the map or knowing how to move around the world is going to be key, and that is going to be number 1 in our list. In Monster Hunter, there are little insects called scout flies. Now, these scout flies are little green lights that will show up on the screen, and they're going to guide you between camps and whichever monster you're hunting. It's going to kind of pinpoint exactly where you should go. It also they become very helpful when you're in a group of teammates or you're playing multiplayer and you're hunting down a monster and you probably decided to go off and wander off and you lost track of your group. All you have to do is follow the flashing green lights or the scout flies to meet back up with your teammates, and the scout flies are smart enough that they'll tell you exactly where to go and how you should maneuver around the world. So at number 1, guys, all I would have to say is just follow the scout flies and you guys will know exactly where to go in Monster Hunter World. At number 2 is know which weapon to use in Monster Hunter. Now, in Monster Hunter, there are a total of 14 different types of weapon types. Now, these include things from swords, axes, twin blades, guns, spears, and a lot more different sorts of weapons that you could use. Even weapons that are comboed together like a sword and a gun and all that good stuff. But knowing which weapons to use is going to be crucial. Usually what tends to happen if you're new to the franchise, more veteran players would probably already know this, but usually what happens is in a regular game, you get a weapon and you use this weapon throughout the whole entire game. Monster Hunter does not work that way. Monster Hunter works in the way that you'll get a weapon. You're definitely going to want to make sure you test this weapon out, make sure you know how to do the combos with this weapon, and if that weapon does not work well with a specific monster, you're going to want to be switching different weapon types. So knowing which weapon to use and how to use this weapon effectively to take down the monsters is going to be very crucial in your success in Monster Hunter. So make sure you guys know how to choose your weapons. Make sure you don't stick to a particular weapon. Make sure you understand how that weapon performs, how to do those combos, and know how much damage that weapon is outputting is going to be very fundamental on you being successful in playing Monster Hunter. Now, keep in mind, everybody has a different unique style, so some weapons might do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be beneficial to your playstyle. Make sure you pick a weapon that's beneficial to your playstyle, that does a really good amount of damage, and that you feel really comfortable with. Also remember, guys, that you will be playing alongside with your friends if you're playing on multiplayer, and sometimes having this, like, let's say all 4 of you have the same weapon, that's not going to be very helpful. Sometimes you're going to want to make sure you combo weapons, so make sure you know which weapons your friends are using, so you know which weapons you should use to make it a more effective play session. Remember, you'll also be able to experiment with new weapons because now we have a new campsite in Monster Hunter World that will let us not only take our weapon and determine how much damage it's outputting, but it will also help us determine which weapon and which combos work best with that particular weapon. So make sure you're testing different weapons and don't just stick to one particular weapon in Monster Hunter World. At number 3, guys, is going to be don't get overran. Yes, what do I mean by overran? So in Monster Hunter, you're going to be like really focused on the big monsters, right? You're going to be like, well, where's this big monster at? I want to go take him out. But unfortunately, guys, you do not just have the big monster to deal with, because these monsters are super duper smart in Monster Hunter. Periodically, they're going to be calling reinforcements as you're dealing damage to them. And these reinforcements are kind of tricky because they're like little tiny animals. Well, I wouldn't say they're little tiny animals, but compared to the big monsters, they're little tiny animals, and they're going to be coming at you, and you're probably going to be like, you know what? I shouldn't even kill those little guys. I'm just going to go ahead and focus on the monsters. No, guys, make sure you guys are paying attention, guys, to the little critters that are coming at you that are being called in by the big monster, because if you don't kill these guys, they will pretty much overrun you and take you out. So make sure you guys are keeping a constant eye and looking out, guys, for the reinforcement that's coming to aid the big monster. If you guys go ahead and take them for granted, you will get overran by the reinforcement that he's calling. So make sure you deal damage to the big monster. After you're done dealing damage, keep an eye out for reinforcements. Reinforcements come. Make sure your teammates go ahead and take out the reinforcements, so you yourself take them out, and then go back to dealing damage to the big monsters. Do not get overrun in Monster Hunters, because this is going to be very detrimental to your team, and it's going to be really hard for you to actually kill these monsters if you're not being focused on the little critters that are coming at you. Because keep in mind, guys, if you guys get overrun, if you're playing as a team or as a group, and you get killed, everybody will be wiped out and all the glory will fade away. So do not get overrun in Monster Hunter World. At number 4, guys, you're going to want to go ahead and take advantage. When I say take advantage, I mean take advantage of what the strengths are to defeat the monsters. The reason I say this is because the monsters are going to take a while for you to actually kill them. It's not going to be an easy thing where you see a monster, you go there, hit him a couple times, and bam, he's dead. Now, these monsters have actually been studied very well by the Capcom team, by the Monster Hunter team, to make it where it's going to be difficult for you to actually kill this monster. So you're going to want to make sure you're using everything that's to your advantage. One thing that the game has is that the animal will actually be prone sometimes, which is going to be very beneficial to you guys. You're going to want to be sneaky with that monster, because what happens is once this monster is not moving, he's just laying down, he's prone, or he's sitting down. This is where you're going to want to go ahead and take advantage, because when he's flipped on his backside or when he's flipped onto his side, what the damage you are going to be outputting is going to be more greater than the damage you would output if he was just standing up. So take advantage of these small periods of time that he's flipped sideways or backwards to deal damage and take him out. But one of the biggest advantages of when he's flipped sideways or when he's flipped backwards is that he is not going to be able to counterattack you, which makes it really, really good, because you're going to be able to use all your maximum power to take him out and not get counterattacked while you're hitting him. With a good party and a good set of team, you're going to be able to join forces and take out the monsters as quickly as you possibly can. So take advantage of the prone ability. And at number 5 is learn to forge. Now, forging pretty much is very similar as crafting, but in order for you to be able to do this in Monster Hunter, you're going to want to know where exactly you're going to be able to not only get the loot you need, but also the materials you're going to need in order to be able to craft or forge in the game. Now, in order for you to actually be able to obtain materials for crafting or forging, you are going to need to slay the monsters. Once you kill a monster, depending on which monster type you kill, they will provide you with a specific set of loot and crafting material. Once you have this loot and crafted material, you're going to want to go ahead and head over to the blacksmith, or the person that's going to be able to forge your weapons, and turning these materials. Turning in these materials will allow you to not only forge better weapons, but also will help you forge better armor. Not only that, but it'll also let you upgrade weapons and armor that will allow you to not only be able to become a better hunter, but actually deal and output more damage, and to take a little bit more damage when you're getting hit by any particular monster. Forging and crafting is a crucial element to Monster Hunter, plus also looting as well, being able to get the right loot and the right gear that you possibly could get to either complete an outfit or to just get the weapon you so desire to the max level. And those are the top 5 things you need to know as we await the arrival of Monster Hunter early January. Now, if you found this video helpful and informative, do me the huge favor of dropping a like, and don't forget to share this video with your friends, because it does help me out a lot. Don't forget, guys, if you want to stay up to date to all things Monster Hunter World, make sure you keep it locked to this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.